Hello. So the jealousy thing to me is an extremely interesting topic because I don't get it. It's a real thing, but I never ever understood it ever in my life. I just don't get it. I don't get comparing yourself to somebody else and being upset or mad that you don't have what they have or look like what they look like or are going where they're going or bought what they bought. There are people obsessed with this kind of thing, and the narcissist is no different. They're jealous of everybody. And it's just not an emotion I understand. I've never had it. Now, I'm not saying I don't have the jealousy, the kind when they triangulate you with another girl. Oh, for the love of Blanche, please. I've been berserk many, many a times. That's a different kind of jealousy. This kind of jealousy that I'm talking about is flat out comparing yourself to somebody else, which is an extremely unhealthy thing if you're doing that in your life anyway. And I've never done it all the way back to my youth. And you might say, well, Renee, we don't know how you grew up. Maybe you were a princess. Oh, please. I grew up in a tenement house with a cement yard. Me and my brother and sister, we all had jobs. No. No. And I was never jealous of anybody. Never. It's just not an emotion I understand or process. I'm usually happy for everybody around me. So that's a better thing, I think, to throw back out into the universe. And I knew that at age 10. I just had my own head down, working on my own path to lead me to my own quiet, happy, fabulous little simple life. That's it. The narcissist is jealous, and the most remarkable contradiction to me is that the reasons that they're jealous of you, several of them are the reasons they picked you, which is the part that never makes any sense. So, number one, you have success professionally. It attracted them. They like money. They like successful people. They like rubbing elbows with those people. But now it's starting to just get them angry because you're surpassing them, or you're continually, they didn't realize it was a thing of your life. They were attracted to you. They went with you. Now like, oh, wait a minute. She really is just a successful, oh, this is a thing. I see. So she makes money and she makes connections and she makes... Now, I'm not out there in the world business-wise like that. That's not my life, but many of you are. You're teachers, lawyers, doctors, whatever you are, policemen, firemen, and you're out there and you're making differences and you're causing a stir, and they see that. And they're jealous. Maybe they're not making as big of an impact on the world or their corner of the world or their professional world, or that's going to kill them. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, you have fruitful relationships with your family and friends. Now, we don't have to rewind and talk about how they do not. But generally, if you look at your narcissist, I am almost positive. That's impossible, isn't it? No, it's not. You can be almost positive. That you will find that they have a trail of broken relationships. Not just partners, not just friends, family members, ex-business partners. They have a trail of broken relationships. It's very difficult for a narcissist to keep a relationship alive in a healthy manner. It's very difficult. They just never learn the tools. They never learn the tools, right? So they're jealous of that. Number three, you're adorable, funny, you attract attention. Oh my God forbid. God forbid you attract attention. They want all of it, all the time, constantly. If you think of a time that you've had friends over and you were having a conversation out on your porch, this is a true story, and you're trying to have a conversation out on your porch and the music keeps getting blared. And you come in and you turn down the music and you go back and sit. 4 times this happens with a grown person. Now, I understand the angle of trying to be funny. Okay, if my brother did that, he's being a little pest and it's funny. A narcissist's intention in doing that is you're having a fruitful conversation with a fruitful relationship that you've had with a friend. They're not necessarily in on it. Although you're kind, you bring them in on it, it's not the same. They're jealous. They want the attention, so they come in and they blare the music. Think of your own example. There's gazillions of examples. But if you're getting the attention and you're being funny and people are listening to you, they're going to want that airtime for themselves. All the airtime needs to be theirs. They're, pardon me, not very good at sharing that. And I think you've recognized that by now. Number 4, you have the ability to have joy. You naturally can feel joy. You do feel joy. You seek joy. You find joy. You experience joy. These poor creatures, and narcissist haters will not like the way that I say these poor creatures, but I do feel bad for them. They don't have the ability to find, seek, obtain, and maintain joy. And that's so sad to me, that there could be anybody on the planet that can be in that predicament, because that has got to feel hopeless way inside them. And they tell us that way inside them they are full of self-hatred and hopelessness and all of those negative things. And that makes me sad for them. It makes me sad for them. I like human nature. I like human beings. I want everyone to be happy, healthy, and in love. I don't want, if that's what they want, I feel bad, but they're jealous of you because they see you joyful with a big smile on your face, and like, it's almost like, well, how does she do that? Well, how does he do that? Be happy with people, mixing in with people. And I think that keeps them from feeling part of it. They feel removed because they feel different. And it only perpetuates it more. So you can feel joy. Number 5, you're not willing to compromise your integrity the way that they did. In other words, no tit for tat, which I don't recommend. Like they did this, so you're going to do that, or they cheated. You held high in your moral code, which I suggest you do. And I've talked about that before, because if you don't, it will chip away at your own soul. If you go against your moral code for revenge, or to show the person you can too, and it's really not what you want to do, that's going to eat away at you. I promise. I promise, because I've done it and I felt that way. No, I didn't need to do it. I know how I would feel. I know my own belief system. I don't need to go and cheat on someone to make me feel better about them cheating on me. How's that going to help anything? It's only going to chip away at yourself. I promise you. And as we've many times discussed, they don't care anyway. They might get incensed, lose their minds, and maybe that's the reaction you're looking for from them. But be warned, it'll probably chip away. It will chip away. How can it not? How can it not? So they're jealous of that because you didn't compromise your integrity, even in the face of having things thrown at you that they've done. Number 6. They are shocked at how strong you are. They've done how much to you and you're still there? Now, this could lead to many emotions to you. Like, well, wait, what does that say about me? I'm still here and they've done all this to me and I should have left. So how can they be jealous of that? I'm not being strong. You're being strong. You're being strong. Because number 7, they just couldn't break you. You're still standing. You're still standing. And you might say to yourself, but Renee, my knees are going out from under me any damn minute. And I get that. I get that. But when they feel like they just couldn't break you, that might be about the time that they're deciding they want to leave you. And it's funny because just like we forget about bad memories in the past sometimes, and we get swirled up in good memories, and we cry, and we sing Gladys Knight in the kitchen, as I've admitted I've done, they, I think, forget the very fact that they couldn't break you, I swear. And that's where months later, years later, whenever, they're hoovering you, and they're going to try again. They forget that they didn't. They forget how strong you were. They forget how remarkable and resilient your spirit is. And they forget that they couldn't break you. And the second and third and 8th and 49th Hoover attempt and getting back together attempt is worse and worse and worse. And there's been much research and we all know it. And remember, this list is my list. There are gazillions of lists out there, and these are my experiences on these videos. Okay? I'm not clinically telling you something as a doctor. I'm not a therapist. This is my experience. And these things are real. I know because I told you I talked to my narcissist to death. To death. And I know exactly how he felt about things or what I could get out of him, which I think is probably more than ever has been gotten because I won't stop. So keep these in mind. You're a fabulous person, and that's why he picked you. But now it's starting to drain him, and he's starting to get mad at those exact qualities that attracted him. So, chin up. You're fabulous.